I got one story of a girl coming out, Latina Angel 1008. Check out her page if you want to hear the story straight from her, which is probably better than hearing it from me. But a summary, she's just talking about how she came out to her family and how her mom, her grandma were like, oh, we love you no matter what, and how much that meant to her. But also how some of her family didn't approve of it. They're praying for her. They think it's like a, disease. A lot of people will react like that. Those are the people that sometimes are closest to you, and that's when it hurts the most. Sometimes there's not much you can do. Sometimes it's just the immediate reaction. I know my dad... Ooh, look at the pan. I know my dad, at first, my mom and dad are always like, whatever you decide to do, we stand behind you, we love you. But my dad wasn't comfortable with it. He believed it was a disease. He thought I needed to be fixed. And it really hurt. He'd make jokes. It just made it so hard for me because he's someone in my life that I want to be proud of me and not think that I have this disease. That was when I first came out as even bisexual, not even gay. And since then, it's kind of settled in. It was just more shocking at first. Parents don't always know. I mean, when they look back at it now and they remember how I always wanted to be friends with the pretty girls, and how I always was obsessed with all the girl Disney characters, all that. When they look back, it's obvious, but parents don't think of those things always. They don't always know. And it's strange for them, just like it's strange for you at first, your whole life, their whole life, they imagine you growing up, eventually marrying a man. They don't expect you to grow up and like girls, or if you're a boy, like boys. So sometimes it's just like, how parents always know everything and it's so creepy, and sometimes they're like, whoa, what's going on? I feel like I don't know you anymore. And that gets to them. So in any case, you have to be patient with people. If they're really disrespecting you, just try to talk to them about it. Sometimes time can help and they'll get used to it. Sometimes they'll never get used to it. And that's what's really sad about this. I have friends who have been kicked out of their house for being gay. I don't know how a parent could kick their own child out of the house for something like that. I really think it's messed up, but it happens, and that's the reality. But luckily, a lot of the stories I've heard, including mine, parents have either eventually accepted it, or just were like, okay, I don't want to be part of this lifestyle, but I'm not going to kick you out, basically. It could go either way. It's a really hard thing to deal with. Another thing that goes along with the anonymous, I can't even say that word, message, was she also said how people started to treat her differently, she felt. That does happen sometimes as well, which connects to what I was just talking about. That is a hard thing too, but for the most part it's because people are ignorant about it sometimes. They think because you are attracted to the same sex that you're going to hit on them. They're like, oh, don't want to get too close to her, she might touch me, I might turn gay, like it is a disease. And the fact is, it's not. For the most part, if you're straight, we're gonna respect that. I know I do. I've had my share of straight crushes, let me tell you. But in no way did I even consider putting them in any kind of position to make them feel uncomfortable. Sometimes I feel uncomfortable because I don't want them to treat me different. I recently had a huge crush on one of my friends, which I don't anymore, but I was afraid she'd find out, and then I was afraid to tell her because I didn't want things to change between us. I didn't want her to think that meant I was going to treat her like more than a friend, or start hitting on her, or, whatever. Because the truth is, even though I had a crush on her, I treated her exactly like any of my other friends because I knew she was straight, and I knew that I had no chance. Even if I did have a chance, I'm usually too shy to make a move anyway. Eventually I told her, because I just had to get it out there. Things haven't changed between us. Luckily, she was like, whatever, it's cool. Because I explained to her exactly what I said. I respect that you're straight, and I'm not going to do anything about it. And I'm not treating you any differently. So, I don't really know where I was going with that. Yeah. Sometimes people will treat you differently, but you just gotta let them know. I'm the same me. I actually went through that with my cousin. Didn't have a crush on my cousin, but she is boy crazy. We used to talk about boys all the time, blah blah blah. And when I first came out as a lesbian, she was just, no boys? You don't like boys? I'm like, well, sometimes I think they're cute, but I'm not attracted to them in that way. And it just was kind of awkward between us. She kind of treated me different at first, you know, like, she talked to my sister, look at this cute boy, oh, Emily, you wouldn't be interested, you like girls, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, it hurt me because we were so close and she was treating me different. But, you know, eventually, just like with Dad, it sunk in and now it's back to normal. She accepts it. It's weird for people who you're close to because they think they know you, and I already said that. Woo! I just threw my pen. Now, one thing that you will find is that there are going to be people out there that do choose to be gay. I did not choose to be gay. I know most people that are actually gay do not choose to be gay. The ones that do choose to be gay are most often the girls that decide being bisexual is a trend. Now, some girls do this because they find they get male attention when there's girl-on-girl action. Some do it to be different, although some people are just exploring themselves, and those people, I understand. I went through that. Of course, I wound up really being a lesbian. I know, I had no idea I was gay. I had no idea I was even bisexual. When I took a step back and thought about it, I had these strange feelings for girls, more than I've ever had for guys. When I did date guys, when I'd kiss them, whatever, I'd just feel nothing. I'd be thinking of math questions in my head. I'd be so bored. I felt really uncomfortable around guys. You know, not just like, oh, I'm shy and awkward, but like, oh, I feel wrong. And then when I started dating girls, my first girlfriend definitely, she's a really good person, but I really wasn't comfortable with myself enough to be in that relationship. As the relationships with girls kept coming, kept coming. I had like 3 other girlfriends. I definitely felt something that I never felt with guys, that my friends would talk about. You know, they'd be all, oh, and I'd be like, what's the big deal? I don't feel what you guys are talking about, until I started dating girls. Of course, that doesn't mean if you don't feel something with a guy right away, oh, I'm gay, you know. It might be the person. You gotta, you know, experiment. You know, not just base it on one person, because there might just be no chemistry there. Alright, well, this is probably a long video by now anyway. Still have till tomorrow, the end of tomorrow. If there's anything else, I'll make a part 2. If not, there you go. If you guys think I should do this again, just comment on this, be like, yo, do it again. If you guys want to just keep writing in and I'll just make it like a weekly thing, sure, I'll totally do that. You have any more questions? You want me to answer on video or by message, whatever, it's up to you. You know, I thought about it. I decided to choose a famous person that I want to squish. And that person is P. Diddy. I'm sorry for any of you who like P. Diddy. I mean, he's probably a nice guy, whatever. But I think his ego just needs to be down a notch. Take it down a notch, P. Diddy. Okay? Okay? For shizzle, you know. I think stomping on him would definitely keep him in check. Keep his feet on the ground, you know. I don't know why I'm still talking. I'm a geek. It's cool. Hope that was good for you guys. Peace out, yo. Home Depot, Home Depot. Oh my god, I love them all.